Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be learning how to make asymmetric skirts. Very easy. First of all, you will need your waist measurements, your waist to hip measurement, and you also need your hip measurement and your nail, your that is your, let me say, your waist to your nail, and you also need your full length. So these are basic measurements you actually need for it. So first of all, I'm going to be using you are going to be dividing your waist by 4. Whatever what you get, you are going to add 2 inches allowance. You are going to come down to the waist to the hip. So this is going to be like the hip line, the hip line, the hip line. So why no, this is going to be using, like, let's say 1 and some inches. So let's not make it so pointy. Okay, so we just did that. So it's going to be a trumpet skirt, but it's going to be asymmetrically done. So we are going to slant out the A line away from it. It's very easy. Yeah, good. So we just did that. So what we are going to do is that we are going to be cutting it out as soon as like this. Out. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to open it. I'm going to be cutting the side I actually want to make it asymmetrically. Depend on your. Okay, so I'm going to cut it out. Like, this side is going to be where the asymmetric. There will be some pleating that will be here. So I'm going to just kindly cut it out. I'm going to go back to it, like put it in a place where I know that there will be enough allowance for the pleating to be done. So I'm going to just kindly trace it out. I want more pleating to be done, so I'm just, it's now depend on how I want it. So I'm going to, trace it out, then I'm going to cut it out. I can make it larger than the way it was, but it must not be more than the allowance that was there. So something like this. I'm still going to trim it out. That does not mean I won't trim it out. I'll trim it out, but because of I want it to have more plating, I increased it, and so I'm going to cut it out also. This is actually not more needed again because it's very small. So from here now, I'll start taking the pleating. Then that's going to be, it very depend on how I want. So I'm going to be start taking the pleating from here, taking the pleating from here, taking the pleating from here. So it will be more spiritual. From here now, it's going to be straight. Then once I've reached where I know that the pleating is enough, then I can now take it straight to the downside. So this is how to actually make asymmetrical skirts. It's very easy. You make a lot of hole pleats. It's going to give out the fitting of how the skirt actually is going to look like. So this is how to make it. So now let's talk about the back side of it. We have talked about the front side, so let's talk about the back side. So when we are talking about the back side, simply means that we are just going to add in some inches allowance, like zip allowance to it. We are going to make it add some zip allowance, like 1.5 inch zip allowance is okay for it. So I'm just going to cut it out, like, I'm going to add inches allowance, then I'm going to just trace it out. Like, this side is going to be like the zip allowance, so I'm just going to trace it out using the first side I used for it. Yes, so I trace it out, then I'll take it straight. Good. So I took it straight. Good. So this is going to be the zip allowance. Now I'm going to take it straight first. So from here now, maybe it depends on how I actually want. If I want to actually give it a curve for it to bring out the shape, why not? If I actually want it to have like a back, I want it to make it a little free at the back. That means I have to also give it a curve also at the back. Then I give it a small slant to give it shape also at the back of the skirt. but it will make it more obvious. So this is how to actually cut asymmetrical skirts. Very, very easy. Good. So just like so, we are done. Our patterns are done. So this is going to be for the back. So from here now we can add our zip allowance, add it so that the hip is going to come out well. So because it's going to have it's going to be having some flare at the down, so that's why it was being slanted. So this is for the back, why this is actually for the front with a touch of okay, it's like this. So it's going to be actually be pleated, as you can see. It's actually going to be pleated just like the way I showed you earlier. So this is how to actually draft it out. Very, very simple. I hope you learned something from this video. Thank you for watching. Until I see you next time. Bye.